How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Okay, so let's get started. Can you start by telling us your program, your year of study, and where you grew up?
Yeah, so I'm going to my fourth year of political science with a minor in sociology, and I'm from and currently living in Toronto.
Wonderful. So Daria also, Daria added French immersion to her program, and she also completed one co-op work placement as a research assistant. She also participated in the Community Service Learning Program, and she recently took part in an exchange in France. Could you describe to us your transition, what it was like moving from Toronto to Ottawa?
Yeah, for sure. So I think in general, for most students coming into university, your first week is super fun, sensory overload, and you're discovering lots of parts of the city and the campus. And then after like 101 week, all that initiation, you get hit by like schoolwork and maybe homesickness and a little bit of stress. Obviously, that comes with school. And I think that what helped me is taking parts of both of those phases to really like settle into Ottawa. So I really appreciated the people I met and the places I discovered my first week. And I let that be kind of like a de-stressor for my school phase. And I think from coming from Toronto, you kind of have like a special eye for seeing things in the city because you're used to so much going on and so many things to do. And Ottawa definitely does provide that. It's just you have to look for it. And I think with the train, it's been like so nice that we finally got it a year ago and we've been discovering different parts of the city and you make it really feel like home. And that's what's really important, I think, when you're transitioning into university and living on campus and being in the student area and downtown, you really feel like a strong U Ottawa community. And that's basically why I came to U Ottawa is because I wanted the amenities of a big city without feeling too overwhelmed and still feel like at home with my friends.
Oh, wonderful. Can you speak to us now a little bit about your experiences with the French immersion program?
Yeah, for sure. So I did a French immersion like all throughout elementary school and high school, and I wanted to continue it. And it's super like it's so diverse, I find, because you could do like very basic like grammar courses. You could also just take your courses in French, which is what I did. And we have a lot of resources that help you transition. So when I was doing a course in French, you could do a helper course, which is once a week. It counts as a credit, and it just helps you with the vocabulary that you learn in your like French poli sci course. Also, if you do at least two courses in French per semester, you get a bursary, which is always very nice. Um, and there are a
How
lot
much
of
is that bursary?
the bursary is 500 per semester, which
Oh, that's
really
okay.
adds up and is really nice after 4 years of spending in undergrad. And there are a lot of resources as well. Like there's the French immersion office that they have like workshops that really help you build up your confidence. Because coming to U Ottawa, like linguistic insecurity is a thing. And if you're like me in French immersion, you're a little shy with your French, you have a lot of opportunities to practice. Your accent will improve and you will recognize that again, like linguistic insecurity is a thing. Everyone is dealing with it. And then you learn to kind of get over it and um, be able to speak in both languages very comfortably.
Oh, perfect. Great. So you also went to France on an international exchange this past fall. Explain why you wanted to do that and what was involved in participating in the exchange.
Yeah, so I wanted to go to France because I was in French immersion. I just really wanted to again improve my language. I'm also in political science, and what's awesome about U Ottawa is you have so many great connections with like awesome schools. So you can do an exchange at any Sciences Po school in France. I did mine in Paris, which was like an incredible opportunity. And U Ottawa also does a really good job with preparing you for an exchange. We have workshops the year before you leave. You have a workshop like once every 3 months to really prepare you. And so take advantage of that. And that's what I did. And yeah, I think that answers the question.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So what would you give as a tip for somebody that wants to participate in exchange?
Get started early on your visa applications. They will tell you this in the workshops. They will stress this on their website. And I'm going to stress it too. Listen to them because I didn't. I had like a nightmare story of having to like rebook my tickets. My visa didn't come in on time. So definitely get that done early. As well as if you ever feel nervous about going on exchange, everyone I know who's been on it, you're immersed in like such an international community when you're there. It can definitely have its ups and downs. Like if you want to go on exchange to really immerse yourself in the city, I find it a bit challenging because you're always surrounded with other international students. But obviously, it has its ups and downs because you feel so comfortable and you are transitioning with them the whole time. So it's a really like lovely environment to be in.
Yeah, nice. You share kind of some commonalities with them.
Yeah, you're scared at the same time, and you talk about how mean Parisians are together.
Perfect. So now you also benefited from the Community Service Learning Program. Can you explain to us a little bit what that is and what you did as part of your volunteering?
Yeah, so it's just an application on UOZone, which is the U Ottawa student portal, and it has all these opportunities for volunteering all throughout the city, and I'm pretty sure even beyond. I got involved in first year because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my degree, and if you're in poli sci and you're in Ottawa, you obviously are going to want to be on the hill. So I did my first placement as a committee volunteer, so I would go to committees and write summaries for an MP. Then my second placement was in an MP's office. And then I discovered I didn't really like Hill politics, but some people discovered that they really like working in Canadian politics. So that I was really thankful for that opportunity to find out what I really like to do in the realm of political science.
Wonderful. And now doing the community service program, does it give you like credits or is it a mention?
I believe you have like a separate certificate for doing it, and just the opportunity itself is very, um, like it helps you a lot. And the skills you learn, like you will have an interview, you will be doing very like office tasks, so it really helps you and sets you up for a job later on.
Right. So it gives you kind of like practical experience and to figure out what you like and what you maybe don't like.
Yeah, and you set up your network, 100, especially if you're working on the hill. Like that's your go-to for your network on the hill.
Yeah, wonderful. I just wanted to circle back quickly for the international exchanges. So you would take part in those in your second year, right?
You can do it after your third year. You can do it in third and fourth year. But if you want to do in your third year, you start preparing in your second year and you start going to the workshops. But you will get a lot of emails. Read your emails because they will tell you everything.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Daria. Thank you for your experiences.
Thank you.